Hi everyone, I'm Zach from Porsche Taycan Calgary. Today we're taking a look at a 2020 Taycan Turbo S. Lots to mention on this vehicle. So for one, these Taycan Turbo S's, they're incredibly quick. So for those of you looking for a fully electric vehicle that gives you all the power, all the performance, this is going to be Porsche's version of it. So when you're in over to boost doing launch control, this car is going to be giving you about 850 horsepower. You'll do 0 to 100 and there's some times that are getting down to as low as 2.2, 2.3 seconds. It's incredibly quick. The great thing about the Taycan, I find that separates it from its kind of competitors and other really quick electric vehicles out there is that performance is repeatable. After you do 1 or 2 launch controls, the performance doesn't dive and goes significantly slower. And that's what Porsche was really pushing with these Taycans, was repeatable performance. So the battery technology, the fact that this operates off an 800 volt infrastructure rather than the typical 400 volt system that you see in other manufacturers. You get very repeatable performance. So you could go out and do 30 launch controls in a row on this car. They should all be pretty similar in terms of time there. So incredibly quick in a straight line. As far as cornering goes, that's probably my favorite thing about the Taycan in general. So electric vehicle, there's no hiding it. They are heavy just because of the battery technology in them. But Porsche did a really good job of keeping that center of gravity incredibly low. So for one, the actual center of gravity on this car is going to be below your axle level because your batteries make up essentially the floor of the vehicle. So that's below your axle level. So even though the car is 5,300 pounds, it stays incredibly flat. Does a really good job of distributing that weight so you have great traction in the snow, winter, dry pavement, doesn't matter the conditions. And then on top of that, Porsche does a really good job of giving the car a great road feel. And what I mean by that, and I find a lot of our customers coming into Porsche are worried that getting into an electric Porsche is not going to kind of have as much soul and as excitement as what you typically associate with maybe a Macan or a Cayman or a 911. It doesn't matter what it is, but that's not true. The road feel in these cars is absolutely fantastic. You still have that classic kind of Porsche stiffer steering wheel feel that's very precise. You get good feedback coming back from the road. It does a really good job of providing a more engaging feel, more exciting drive. And then on top of all those, this being the Turbo S, you get a ton of performance features as standard on the vehicle. So really, I think we should probably start for the front with these. So taking a look at these wheels for one, these are the 21-inch Mission E wheels. They look absolutely fantastic. These are the wheels that were typically associated with the car for the release, and when it was a concept car, look absolutely incredible. As far as brakes goes, you go and get PCCBs as standard, so you can see them where I'm standing up here. Huge calipers, those are the yellow ones. Really big rotors. They're your ceramic composite brakes. They provide an incredible amount of stopping power on not just this, but any vehicles. And the other thing that goes along with these is that they wear incredibly well. So this car obviously is a pre-owned vehicle. It's still going to have 7 millimeters of brake life up front, 8 millimeters in the rear. From 0 kilometers, that's typically 10 millimeters. So tons of brake pad life left on these. The PCCBs are awesome for that. You get them the standard on this vehicle. Coming to suspension characteristics and everything there. Taycans, you're going to have PASM, so your Porsche Active Suspension Management as standard, along with air suspension. This car, you get one more with it. It's optioned with PDCC, so that's your dynamic chassis control compared to PASM, which you typically have in cars. And why the PDCC is an upgrade. You're not just stiffening up the suspension from a normal to a firm and then a firmer position. The PDCC is infinitely adjustable, so it's actively countering the body roll in the vehicle while it's on. So essentially, the harder you're going around the corner, the more your suspension dampers are going to be getting firmed up to keep that body flat. And like I said, actively resist that rolling. So it's incredibly versatile. It keeps the car flat and more stable in corners while at the same time maintaining a little bit more comfort, I find, than PASM does. And then just like any standard Taycan, you do have air suspension in this for the more comfortable ride and the ability to raise and lower the chassis to a few different positions. Finishing up on performance options in this vehicle, you of course are going to have sport chrono as well. So you dial, you get it on the steering wheel. It's going to give you, on top of your normal sport mode that you get in the range mode in Taycans, you're going to have your Sport Plus mode and your individual mode for some customization. So like I said, just with Turbo S, a lot is standard. And then continuing on with that, lots of other stuff that we can look at here. So for one, Turbo S, you're going to have your good Matrix PLS Plus LEDs on the vehicle. Those are the ones that give you the cornering functions, the speed dependent, automatic high beam dimming feature, lots of individual LEDs in each headlight. So fantastic headlights. Coming over here to your charging port, this is the electric one that you can swipe to open. And then moving along the vehicle, you're going to notice that on the front fascia, side skirts, rear fascia, you're going to have carbon fiber trim. Another really nice feature of the Turbo S models. And then on top of that, you'll have lots of contrasting high gloss black accents. So you can see the mirrors here, window trims, the rims themselves, you have the high gloss black on. Your badging out back looks absolutely fantastic, especially on the Volcano gray metallic, which is, by the way, I don't think I mentioned the color of this car. Volcano gray metallic is what it is. Looks great with it. And then as far as assistance systems and some of the other kind of bits and bobs on the vehicle there, so you are going to have InnoDrive on the vehicle with adaptive cruise control. And then on top of that, like you are going to have, of course, like your surround view parking, blind spot warning, all your basic assistance systems there. And then most importantly, as far as charging goes, the car is going to have the 150 kilowatt onboard charger. That's the one that's going to allow you to charge at like, well, level 3 chargers that are only 400 volts. If not, normally you're going to be limited to, well, very limited to 50 kilowatts of charge. So Petro-Canada, a lot of those more common charging stations out there, they'll offer 100, 150 kilowatt charging stations at 400 volts. That's what you need that for. So critical options, this car has it, you're good to go there. And then continuing onto the inside of the vehicle. So talked about the inside. On the inside of the car, you're going to have a Basel Black Olea club leather interior. Absolutely lovely. What the club leather is it's a thicker, more naturally dyed leather. Smells better for longer, wears better. And like I said, the actual thickness of the leather, you can tell by feeling it. Feels very nice and looks fantastic. And then on top of that, just like the outside of the car, lots of carbon fiber trim on the inside. That standard illuminated carbon fiber door sills. All your dash door trims are going to be done up in carbon fiber too. Looks spectacular in there. And then you also want to have very nice dark silver accents inside the car as well. And another highlight on this car is going to have Burmeister sound system on the vehicle. Best Porsche's top quality sound system, sounds absolutely amazing. So the car has a lot of equipment on it. Yeah, you're going to be able to have a ton of fun with this vehicle. As far as kind of history goes, reconditioning, all that on this vehicle. So it is a CPO car, meaning that you're going to have 6 years unlimited mileage with a warranty from your first in service date. So that would have been back in 2020 at some point. So you're going to have a warranty going out until 2026 on this vehicle. So still a couple of years remaining there. As far as what we did to pass the CPO on the car, yeah, previous owner kept it in good shape. So it's got PPF on it, paint looks great. But we replaced the windshield. You're going to have four brand new all-season tires on the car. We had to repair 2 wheel scuffs on it. And then, like I said, as far as brake pad life goes, still a lot, 7 millimeters remaining up front, 8 millimeters remaining in the back. You're going to be good to go there. And then as far as the actual history of the car goes, originally a BC car, sold out of Langley originally. 2-owner of the car. The second owner, who was our local customer here, ended up trading this on another Taycan. So someone who's well and familiar with the car there. And that takes us through pretty much everything on the vehicle. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can drop a comment on our YouTube page. We'll be happy to get back to you that way. And as always, if you wanted to come see the vehicle in person, come pop in. Always much better to see it in person. You can hop in, play around with the buttons, take it for a spin if it's a nice day out. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you for the next video.